very new members of this team.
Here they are coming out now. Line up. Spain, Portugal, Ukraine, the Russian Federation. They will be strong. Brazil will be strong as well.
Well, Brazil is strong, but they've got an imbalanced team. I mean, it's still very quick on paper, isn't it? I mean, the Russians are absolute class through and through. Now, 34-point relay, 4 swimmers, and if you add their classification numbers together, can not come to more than 34 points. So 3 classic relay combinations, 2 7s, 2 10s, 2 8s, 2 9s, or 7, 8, 9, 10. They don't have, they can go in any order. There's the Portuguese team, big support for them here. Ukraine, Komarov to lead them out. The Russian Federation, Shukarev, Tarasov, Scalia, finishing. Almighty Grigorev.
Nobody wants to beat.
But Brazil, well...
Well, they front-loaded that Brazilian team, haven't they?
Front-loaded it with a couple of torpedoes.
German team have been vocal today. And there's Great Britain. They may well challenge for the medals here. Young team from Great Britain. Oh, but a scary man going first for Brazil. Andre Brazil, of course. The S10 Open champion here.
Well, the Brazilian tactic, they're going 2 10s and then a 5 in Daniel Diaz. They're obviously all about getting Diaz out in front into the clean water, so there's not people jumping in around him. He's a great S5 swimmer, but once he starts having big guys diving in around him, it's not easy. Great Britain will start with Oliver Hind.
See if Ollie Hind can go under the 1 minute mark as he did in the individual for Great Britain. Great Britain there in lane 8, but look at Andre Brazil already. Expect Brazil at the halfway stage, the team of Brazil I mean, to have a very, very substantial lead.
Absolutely. Well, Andre Brazil usually cruises the heats and often toys around a bit, but absolutely no messing here. Straight in, straight out, back down the other way. Second place at the moment, it looks to be lane 2, Portugal, with David Grachat and the Portuguese fans all on their feet down the far end of the pool, but it's Andre Brazil who will be going into Felipe Rodriguez, who won the 50 metres freestyle earlier this evening. No, I've got that wrong. No, I'm right. It's Rodriguez.
You're right, it's Rodriguez.
And it's a great changeover from the Brazilians. Portugal are going to be next. It's not bad. Great Britain also not bad in their changeover.
Well, here is Felipe Rodriguez now coming away for Brazil. As we expected, they have an excellent advantage now. Great Britain going well with Matthew Wiley in lane number 8 into second position now. And in third position, it looks like it is the favourites, the pre-race favourites, and it is Denis Tarasov in for Russia, the world record holders. But here comes Felipe Rodriguez now. It is going to be a big lead, as we expected. Almost 20 metres, I think. Russia coming back now to challenge Great Britain, but it does look like Brazil going to have a big lead now, handing over to Daniel Diaz. Can Daniel Diaz hold on to this lead? The other teams just coming into the picture now, and there are the Russians that are going to be behind Great Britain at halfway.
Oh, good change. Joseph Craig is now in the water for Great Britain. The Russians have just deployed Scalia, and it's going on all over the pool. Daniel Diaz, well, the Brazilian tactics playing out exactly as they hoped, with Daniel Diaz now skating his way across flat water down to the halfway mark of his leg. He goes over now. It's a good turn, but he's being absolutely pummeled by Scalia, who is eating ground between him. Joseph Craig doing a good job in lane 8 for Great Britain to hold on. and actually take ground out of Daniel Diaz of Brazil. But at the moment, Paul, it's Brazil in the lead, Great Britain second, and Russia third. But of course, the Russians are going to put Dmitry Grigorev in the water. The Brazilians relying on Philo, and Great Britain on Lewis White.
Well, Lewis White, the youngster from Great Britain, his international debut. I'm sure he will not be able to hold off the S10 European champion, Grigorev from Russia. But can he catch the Brazilians? These look like they are going to be the 3 medal teams in this open event. Brazil holding on to that lead, and Lewis White doing really well for Great Britain. It is very, very tight indeed. They are coming up to the final turn now. Brazil with the lead, Russia in the second position, Great Britain in third, Giles.
Well, here it comes, here's the overhaul. This is the point at which the Russians are going to start making everyone pay through the nose, but they're not having it as easy as they thought. Lewis White doing a great job for Great Britain, but the Russians now taking control of the race into the final 10 metres.
And here we go, Grigorev is into the final 5 now. What a fantastic race. The Russians have done it in 3:52.45. Brazil in second in 3:53.25. And Great Britain in third in 3:53.47. What a great last leg from Grigorev, but he had to work the whole way to get in ahead of Brazil and to get in ahead of the young Great Britain team. But Russia, well, they were the favourites, but boy, was that close.
Well, I think the Russians were surprised by just how tight it was in the end. They're used to having it much more their own way. Coming in now in lane 1, the Spanish team. Lane 2, the Portuguese team, and finishing finally, oh my good lord, the German team over in lane number 7. Well, you have to say that for a very inexperienced Great Britain team over in lane number 8, Paul Noble, that was a very, very good visit to the pool indeed.
It was great. They were a well-balanced team there. They started off with Ollie Hine, the S8 swimmer, kept them in contention. Wiley did well, Craig did well, Lewis White did well, very well on that final leg, but they couldn't live with the power of the Russians coming through in the end there. Brazil, well, we knew they'd front-loaded that team. They got a big lead. Daniel Diaz did very well, and also Funchal as well, nearly held off the advances of Dmitry Grigorev. It was very, very tight. There's where it happened, and there was very little in it coming to the end there. Grigorev just maybe a stroke ahead of Philo from Brazil.
Well, you can see the expression on Denis Tarasov's face there. He just thought, well, maybe in Rio we're not going to have it quite all our own way. Well,
there's the Russian team, Grigorev. He did an excellent job on that final leg. The European champion in the S10 class. The result is confirmed. The Russian Federation are the European Open champions. Brazil in second position. Great Britain are the second European team, and Ukraine will take the European bronze medal.
Oh, stick a fork in me, I'm done.
Oh dear.
Well, don't